Welcome to an interview with Loughhorns on the Wrong Kind of Music podcast. We'll just get stuck straight in.
Awesome.
Do you want to introduce yourselves? Who are you? What he's doing in the band? Where he's from?
Well, I'm Alex da Costa, and I'm the vocalist. And originally I'm from Portugal. I've been here for 5 years now. So.
Yeah, I'm Junior. Play guitar in the band, and I'm from Bangor. Yeah.
Nice one. How did the band come together?
It was kind of actually. It's quite.
You gonna tell the truth, like?
We all studied in Bangor, so Circ was where we all met. And from that there, me and Corey started in the same course in 2014, I think it was, started 2014. And then from that there, I made him some drum covers for Megadeth. He just a couple Megadeth covers. Then I was like, right, I think I had these ideas in my head of where I wanted the band to go, especially the proggy side of what we do as well. And I needed to find somebody who was capable of doing it. And then all of a sudden, everybody seemed to be within Circ that needed to form the band.
Yeah.
So
we were in another band previously called Mountains as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were writing stuff, but we only performed it once. I think.
Yeah.
We only performed our stuff once at like a
What?
tech gig. You know?
yeah. But it was for Circ that we did it, and then Reese was in a different course. Was he in your class?
Yeah, he was in my class.
So these two guys were in a class, and me and Corey were in a class together.
Yeah, I didn't really know them at all. You know, at the time.
And then we had Alex in, and then we just needed bass. You were like Reese.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like that was perfect from the very get go. It was just like the perfect.
Was the previous band, Mountain, was it similar sort of stuff?
No, actually, I ended up scrapping it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wrote 5 songs. There was 2 guitar players, so we were, as you do, you just have to sort of compromise on what you have to write. So then I didn't want to take what had sort of previously been written. Now that we have, Corey in the band, Reese in the band, it was a new band basically. So I had to scrap all that and just start from scratch. And then obviously the album that we ended up with, Moulin La Veille, is the product of that.
The name of the band, Loughhorns, where does that come from?
It was.
Well, I was out of the country, so I didn't have to say it. You know?
I'm a big fan of UFC.
Okay.
And it was the announcement just as they were about to start that they were going to Loughhorns. So I was like, sweet. And then that was basically it. I thought it was a cool name. Because it was definitely an upgrade from Mountains. But yeah, just as they were starting to fight,
I like that
Loughhorns.
name,
And then typed it in and it was just the bull and the horns fighting guys. So it all sort of tied in with the Wendigo having the horns as well.
Yeah.
Didn't really come directly from that, but the name and the song sort of all worked as one.
Yeah, it definitely had a set vibe, when we were writing that stuff.
Yeah, 'cause it just means violence. Basically, like you're gonna get into it. So that's kind of what we try to bring to the live side of it as well.
Mentioning Reese, who is also in Oracle, yourself, you're in Storm Zone as well.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of, how tough is it sort of balancing that, being in Loughhorns but being in other bands as well?
Mm-hmm.
And do you think there'll ever be a point where you kind of have to commit to one or the other?
Potentially, that could come in at the moment, but I'm freelance, so I have cover bands that I play during the weekend, so does he. And then we have a Storm Zone Loughhorns, but they've never clashed with each other ever in terms of like even rehearsals or the show themselves. Because we both played Sunflower last year, but we were on at the start and Storm Zone were on at the end, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Never actually, even the writing side of it, because we were writing this album, we wrote the album Storm Zone, but it it hasn't clashed for me. And I know Reese, we wouldn't know as the band Loughhorns that Reese is in Oracle, because it hasn't, he's not, I can't do tonight, can't do
There's
tomorrow.
there's the odd thing, but
I haven't experienced it. No, it's all been grand. It doesn't seem to, and it's actually, I think it's benefited quite a lot, because a lot of, obviously Storm Zone are at a different level in terms of like their shows and what they've been doing. So I had the experience of doing shows in Spain, and we're in Metal Day Slovenia last year and stuff like that there, so I can bring that knowledge of what it takes for the performance side of us and go, right, this is gear, the guitar sound has to be like this, and that's all from Steve in Storm Zone. My guitar sound anyways is influenced by him and his knowledge of gear like that, but it hasn't, I haven't clashed, not yet anyways, but yeah, it could potentially lead to Roadrunner come on do something like we want you or whatever, and then it's like right then, but at the moment no, I'm enjoying both bands, very different,
yeah.
Storm Zone, I get the solo and shred and do backing vocals, whereas Loughhorns is just
If you started doing that, I'd have a heart attack.
I don't like my singing voice. Whereas
it's a fucking shredding, man. Yeah.
whereas the Lockhorns just I can just chug away.
Yeah.
You know, so it's different. So I enjoy it.
The album, I believe, is out today. Is that
Mhm.
right? Today's the release date, 20th of May. It's been a long time coming. I don't think you disagree with that.
Yeah.
How does it feel to finally get it out?
Oh, it's a relief.
Yeah.
You know, like it. There was points where I thought, you know, maybe it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? And like, you know, there was. I mean, the experience of mountains as well. I felt like people sort of stagnated at one point in that band. You know, and then you know, my people started dropping out and stuff. And then I was kind of scared that might happen to Lockhorns for a while, but obviously, you know, everybody stayed strong. Everybody was true to it. You know, and we persevered.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things behind the scenes as well that sort of affect, and not even so much like what you were saying there about the Storm Zone and being in those bands and Reese being in Oracle having an influence, because it doesn't really affect, because I'm freelance, Corey's freelance, you're freelance,
Yeah.
Reese has he has a job as well, so trying to arrange time, so we could only meet once a week.
Yeah, we were doing tech as well at the time. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was doing two H&D, you were doing H&D, Corey was doing
Yeah.
H&D, got jobs, I was an engineer at that time, so my weekends were completely full, so we only really had Mondays, and we'd written about 4 of the tracks within about the space of 8 months, and then, I can't remember what it was, we just wanted to get out and start playing live,
Yeah.
so Dream Awake put us on for their first show in Alexander's Bar in Lisburn, and then from that there, the Mondays became rehearsal for the next upcoming show, rather than a writing session. So every month, so we might have, you know, I think from the get go, we've had a show every like 3 months.
We just wanted
So
to
it was
play,
like-
really, you know.
So then it was
Play
like
live.
Lurgan's, Fat Joe's and Lurgan's, and then Lurgan, sorry. And then it was Distortion Project. Then we had the Metal to the Masses, and it was just every Monday then. And it's hard to even commit to every Monday, let alone. And then once we have the show, we were just spending time, and it sort of became we're writing separately almost, and online, find the ideas together. But
That's what I was going to ask next. What is the writing process for Lockhorns? Is it sort of centralised with one person, or does everyone bring their ideas to the table? What way does that work?
Well, I mean, I've tried singing riffs at them before, and it works once in a while, you know. But it's usually, I don't know what happens with them, but I get something, and then, you know,
yeah,
depending on the vibe of the track, I try to like adapt lyrics to it and stuff, you know.
yeah. My thing is just trying to make something different and sort of being backed into like a corner where it's like there's not a second guitar player. I know obviously Reese basically with 6 strings on that thing, like it's a monster. So yeah, me, Corey and Reese will get together, and Reese normally is really good at firing ideas to me. So rhythmical ideas, I would sort of be trying to I'll glue all the pieces together, but Reese will be the first one to come to me as well. So I think Corey's really good as well at providing rhythms, and Reese and Corey together is unbelievable. And then I sort of just glue it all together, down with send to Alex for lyrics.
Yeah.
Excellent. One of the things we've talked about in the podcast is, for local bands specifically, the idea of the difference between putting out an EP and putting out an album. We said before that a lot of bands will put out 3-track EPs every 6 months or whatever, and that way they can kind of keep writing but keep playing live shows and keep being relevant and appear, you know, at local gigs and stuff. For a lot of bands, if they go and do the album, it kind of takes them out of the game for a bit.
Yeah.
Was there a conscious decision to do an album rather than put out smaller EPs? And if so, why?
Well, I mean, I personally, it was always my dream as a kid to have, like, you know, a full metal album that I was singing on, you know. I just wanted an album, you know. I don't know if there's any plan or any sort of strategy behind it, but I just wanted an album.
I don't know. It's just when you look at the bands that I listen to, it's always the album comes first.
Yeah.
You know, and then they might have an EP like, you know, afterwards, like a concept EP, or which I think we'll plan to do as well. But it's the album, I don't know, it just feels like I just wanted to have an album out.
Yeah.
Fully had input in, instead of just an EP and then trying to work for the album. Let's do the album and then start to release smaller stuff from the smaller projects or ideas.
Can you give us an idea of what inspired some of the songs that are on the album, specifically lyrically? What are the songs about?
Well, I mean, for me, it was quite a politically charged album, you know. I mean, growing up with George Bush and The Office and all that kind of stuff, and then Trump coming along, and then there was, you know, there's a lot of uproar, and the way people communicate with each other now is all completely different as well, you know. Like, I think we've been completely overcome by things such as phones and laptops and stuff, and there doesn't seem to be that sort of connection, that sort of human connection, I think, is lacking with people, you know. And I mean, you open up Facebook and there's people spewing shite about all sorts of stuff, you know what I mean? And I think
this must be the track machines.
Yeah. That's it. Something's been lost, you know. I think something's been lost in the last few years, you know, and it's just sort of it's a rejection of that kind of idea, you know, and trying to like grasp it, the more human side of life, you know. Like the lyrics, if you look at them, they're quite positive, you know what I mean? They're not actually like we're all fucked kind of thing. Like, there's hope, you know what I mean? And but there's also the odd like Pages, for example. That's more sort of a personal take on my experiences with, you know, relationships with other people, you know, and how things change and how, you know, moving to other countries and stuff might affect you. But see, I try to keep it all kind of vague though, you know. So I want people to sort of like take their own kind of idea on the lyrics, you know. Like, they might look at it might mean something else for somebody else, you know. So I try not to give too much away, you know.
Yeah, and actually, his lyrics will inspire sometimes where I'll write the song with an idea of where the song will go. Like, The Wendigo was written specifically with that idea.
Yeah, that was Corey came up with that. Corey came up with that, and I looked it up. I looked up what the Wendigo was, and there was also sort of the Native Americans said that when the Europeans, when they came over and conquered, you know, and took over America, they were saying that these people were infected by the Wendigo state of mind, you know. So it can also be seen as a political kind of thing as well, you know. There's just political undertones there, you know.
So that idea that he had, I had that in my head when we started writing that track, and then it was all political. And you listen to the album, the very last track, Quietus, that intro pattern is 16 bars long, and it's supposed to be gunshots, where it doesn't, there's no repeat in it.
Okay.
Because that sound of firearm.
Sporadic kind of.
Yeah.
We're all fucked.
There's an undeniable gent sound
Mm-hmm.
throughout the album.
It's probably Reese.
I'm guessing that's the idea. I mean, that's the sound you're going for.
Yeah.
I personally find with a lot of gent, I mean, I go out to listen to music, the headbang, and really get into the music and enjoy it. But with a lot of gent, the rhythms are just so sporadic that it's difficult to get a grasp on.
Yeah.
I've talked about this with friends. I've said that Lockhorns are like graspable gent. You know, there's always enough of a 4/4 in there.
Yeah,
it's like whether it just be a symbol or something, so that you can still get that, that rhythm that you can move to.
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it written intentionally like that? Are you trying to avoid going too gently?
It's
or
the one band I'd say none of us will argue with is Meshuggah. It's like we all were there last year when they came.
Yeah.
Whereas we have, you know, you've got your Korn.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Killswitch, so I always write a wee bit for a mincy chorus for him.
Yeah, I love my singing.
Give me that mince, like. But yeah, you got to be able to headbang, and it's almost like the proggy side's for us, and the headbangs for the audience.
Yeah.
I enjoy that we're going like and it's complicated for us.
Yeah.
But you gotta still be able to headbang, or it's just.
I'm
not a fan of bands where if I lose the beat, I'm like, I'm not too sure about that. Unless it's like 7/8 or something.
It's a
so it's like
thing.
graspable, but
it's a horrible thing when you're at a gig and you notice that the crowd's done that. Everyone's headbanging, and then all of a sudden everyone just goes out of sync.
Because Meshuggah are great at that.
Yeah,
whatever it is, they always land back on the beat. Yeah. Meshuggah is what sort of I think is
the driving influence.
The main influence. Yeah, definitely. But we're at Killswitch as well. You know.
Yeah.
What you were playing before, the mincy choruses. And then the breakdowns all just comes from everything. But yeah, no, it's intentional that there's always, you can headbang at every part.
Talk a wee bit about Metal to the Masses. You've made it through to the final again this year. That's 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Would you just go a third time? Would you just enter next year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just
why not? Man?
Banter, like.
Yeah.
It's good fun, and then obviously kudos to yourself as well, because having the podcast made it exciting to see what, because we don't know you know, when you do the gigs or whatever, you don't get to necessarily hear what people's views are on the other bands. So it was interesting to see what you guys thought of us, even because we had no, apart from your podcast, there was no other feedback.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
I mean,
Well, we've had a few.
You get the
write-ups and stuff like that there.
You get the usual people coming up to you after the gig thing too,
But the write-ups actually, to your own credit, they've all been good. Whereas there's some stuff where you were like, oh, all right, do this, we'll do that, which was nice.
It's just my personal opinion, but I find that the sort of journalism you get, it's very impersonal. Whereas what we do, is just a couple of people chatting about music, and then you can be a wee bit more open about how you feel about something.
Yeah.
You don't have that concern about coming across as professional or anything like that, you know. What lessons did you take away from Metal to the Masses? If any?
I need in-ear monitors. Yeah, cause I can't hear shit up there half the time, you know.
Pete from Kidos, like, he sings the praises.
Yeah.
Monitors. He says it makes such.
He was telling me about
them
that
for a while, but there's just too much headbanging for me to keep them in. I need wireless ones or something to just duct tape them in. I never. Don't know what.
Maybe your ears are too big, man.
I actually don't know what it took away from, or what was I bringing into it, or not sure. I think it's just you just got to go full welt every time. It's
definitely a different vibe, you know, and when you're doing a competition like that, you know, because you get up and play a gig, and you know, I had fun at Metal to the Masses, but there was always that element of, you know, trying to outshine the last band kind of thing, you know.
Yeah,
that's what it is with every show though. Yeah, you know, you're always trying to go up and give it.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, but sometimes I feel like I'm thinking about it too much or something, you know.
Yeah, I think it's just we just go up and do what we do.
Yeah.
It doesn't soon as we kick in the first note, I forget that it's a competition completely.
Sometimes it's a bit like deer in headlights. You're just
until James Loveday comes up and starts reading out the results. I'm like, oh,
yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, shit.
At the end of the Metal to the Masses final, obviously Oracle got announced as the winner, but they announced that yourselves and Death of a Salesman were on a reserve list.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that? Was that a good thing or a bad thing? Or
we got that last year as well. That's just like the lucky dip sort of. Don't know. I won't wait about at the letterbox for the Bloodstock letter to come in, you know. But it's nice to think that he, you know, we potentially were up there. But every band on that night was legit, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if it happens, we'll be right there, like, you know, gear in hand.
Okay. I believe there's a launch night for the album. Where's that? Who's playing?
So June 28th in Voodoo, we've got Kidos down and Hail Achilles, which we've both gigged with multiple times, and we know they're, you know, what other bands would you get to come on? Because even if you're not there for us, you know, it's going to be a great night of metal.
Have you been down to Voodoo since it's been done?
I haven't actually, no.
I didn't know.
Is it legit?
It's such an improvement. I think it's way better.
Did they get that pillar out of the way?
Yeah.
Stage is straight.
Yeah.
And there's no fireplace.
There's no fireplace.
I quite like
there's a fireplace.
The stage
was.
I didn't even know there was a fireplace.
There was a mantelpiece or something.
Oh yeah.
We didn't even probably like, but yeah, it'll be good. It'll be nice to go in there for the first time and play the album.
Yeah. That's all I've got. Is there anything else you guys want to pimp apart from the album? Where's it available?
I think you should explain the cardboard.
The cardboard? Oh yeah, the famous cardboard. That's part of the look, man, you know. Having the cardboard out on the...
Well, what's on the cardboard? Because this is cryptic.
Oh yeah. It wasn't actually lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't lyrics on the cardboard.
This is just for a bit of context on our podcast. We were talking about professionalism and stuff. And there was allegedly some lyrics written on a bit of cardboard set on the stage when you guys played.
Yeah, no, they were like the start of sentences for in between songs, you know. Because I know the lyrics, you know, but then sometimes I'm like, right, the song's over, and I'm like, what am I saying now, you know?
There's a certain flow. I have to tune up, or I have to switch patch, and Corey need to put a click in his ears.
Yeah.
So it's just.
So I have to talk some shit.
It's just a reminder to, you know, and that's what you said, that the gaps in between songs for us. Yeah. I find they're just as important.
They are.
As the songs
it's
themselves.
All about that flow. I mean, we've said it before. If someone just stumbles and there's a big long quiet gap in between, people in the crowd start chatting. If you lose the audience, it's hard to get them back on board. You know?
Exactly, and it's just from seeing so many bands. like twice. Seeing like me and Maurice went down to do Meshuggah again the day after in Dublin, and they were consistent. So it's just a consistency.
They don't do any talking in between songs. Right? They don't do any talking in between songs.
But just the gaps though.
The
gaps were the same length. They the lights would come down for X amount of time, and they'd kick in.
Yeah.
So I knew that obviously it's different for us who we don't have that.
Yeah, the lights.
Production to pull something like that off at the stage, but that's what's on. Okay, we're just cues basically, set list and cues.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you're using an A4 page, the set list is just big enough, and if he's trying to, there's just no way to be able to. With those lights as well, the final metal masses, I can barely see. Never mind.
Yeah.
Trying to read off a page, so.
I know I always get big Sharpie letters, so I can see what I'm writing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's us then. There's nothing else you guys want to cover? Happy?
Go get the album.
Go get it.
Yeah, buy the album, yeah.
Spotify's on iTunes. There'll be hard copies.
Get yourself a t-shirt.
Which should be here by this week of the album. So they'll be available at Voodoo June 28th. And also we're playing Goats Toe Tuesday 19th as well. So that'd be awesome.
Excellent. And we'll be reviewing the album on the next podcast, so you get to find out what we think of it. Thank you very much. Appreciate you just coming around for the time.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching. And as always, keep on listening to the wrong kind of music.